Welcome back to the channel Valuable Coins History Treasure Hunters. Today, we're diving into the story of the 2001 Australian 50-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II, a coin so powerful, so rare, that it has the potential to turn an ordinary person into a millionaire overnight. This isn't just loose change. It's history, mystery, and unimaginable fortune all hidden in the palm of your hand. Stay tuned, because what looks like just 50 cents could actually be worth millions. Top 5 first up. In the world of coin collecting, there exists a mysterious aura around certain pieces that are ordinary to the eye yet extraordinary in their hidden value. The Australian 50-cent coin of 2001 featuring Queen Elizabeth II is one such enigma. At first glance, it seems just like any other coin used for daily transactions, but in truth, it carries a legacy that collectors and historians whisper about. What sets it apart is not just the year of its minting, but the anomalies and stories tied to its existence. The year 2001 was marked by celebration and remembrance in Australia, with coins struck to honor heritage and national pride. Among them, the standard 50-cent coin bore the familiar crown portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on one side and the proud Australian coat of arms on the other. Yet, hidden among the millions were variations, errors, and rare minting outcomes that turned this coin from an everyday pocket change item into an artifact worth unimaginable sums today. One of the most talked about features is when a coin shows unusual coloration, such as a copper shade on the side. Normally struck in a copper-nickel alloy, the sudden appearance of copper tones suggests either a minting mishap or a planchet error. Events that coin collectors cherish because they cannot be repeated. A dirty, weather condition might fool an untrained eye, but to seasoned collectors, it could be the sign of authenticity that proves the coin's story of survival through decades. When we speak of coins worth millions, people often raise eyebrows. But what makes the 2001 Australian 50-cent coin so mesmerizing is not simply its rarity, but the powerful narrative it carries. Imagine holding in your hand a piece that was intended for everyday trade, yet ended up becoming a financial miracle, capable of transforming an ordinary life into one of overnight fortune. The possibility alone is what fuels collectors' passion and keeps the fire of hope alive. Coins such as this are more than metal. They are fragments of history that have traveled through countless hands, pockets, and transactions. A 2001 50-cent coin in dirty condition may have been in the pocket of a student, a worker, or a traveler crossing the Australian continent. Each scratch, each stain, and each uneven tone is a testimony of its journey, and that story adds to the richness of its value in the eyes of true enthusiasts. The most astonishing aspect lies in how collectors assign value. A simple coin may seem worthless to many, yet to a numismatist, it represents scarcity, demand, and historical resonance. That is why a coin like this, with its copper, side anomaly and survival in less than perfect condition, has the potential to fetch millions under the right circumstances. It is not just money, it is destiny forged into metal. Stories abound of individuals who unknowingly kept such coins in drawers, jars, or old wallets, only to later discover their unimaginable worth. The Australian 50-cent coin of 2001, tied to Elizabeth II's reign, is a key example. Many collectors consider it a hidden jewel, one of those treasures waiting to be recognized by someone daring enough to look deeper than face value. Holding such a coin is like holding a secret that the world has not yet fully uncovered. Its power does not lie in its weight or its shine, but in the knowledge that a single mistake at the mint or a single rare batch created a lifetime of fortune for someone who dares to believe. That is why people say, never spend such a coin at its basic value. For in doing so, you let go of a future that could have changed your life forever. The idea of becoming a billionaire overnight from a small piece of metal may sound like fantasy, but history tells us it has happened before. Coins of similar kinds have been auctioned for record-breaking sums, shocking even seasoned collectors. The 2001 50 cent with copper tones and Elizabeth's portrait has that same magnetic potential. It represents not just wealth, but an entire shift in fate. Think for a moment. A dirty coin in your hand, dismissed by others as worthless, could in fact be your ticket to an empire of riches. Its scratches are not flaws, but marks of uniqueness. Its odd shade not damage, but a signature rarity. In the realm of numismatics, what others overlook often becomes the very thing that changes someone's destiny forever. As stories continue to circulate, people who own these coins must realize the treasure they possess. Do not rush to part with it. Do not let quick offers tempt you. The true worth of the 2001 Australian 50-cent coin with its unusual copper side is beyond comprehension, because its value grows with time, with demand, and with the unfolding recognition of its rarity in global coin markets. In conclusion, the 2001 Australian 50-cent Elizabeth coin is not just a piece of change. It is a fortune waiting to be realized. Whether in dirty condition or shining brilliance, its potential to rewrite a person's life is undeniable. It stands as a reminder that history, luck, and destiny sometimes come in the smallest of forms, a coin that millions overlooked, but the wise held close, and the bold transformed into unimaginable wealth. Next up, there are certain coins in history that seem ordinary in appearance, but carry a hidden destiny far greater than their face value. The Australian 50-cent coin of 1974 featuring Queen Elizabeth II is one such mysterious treasure. While millions of coins were struck that year, some anomalies and rare conditions make specific examples unbelievably valuable, enough to turn the life of their holder into a story of overnight fortune. The year 1974 holds special meaning in the story of Australia's coinage. This was a period of transition and strength in the Commonwealth, and the portrait of a young Queen Elizabeth II was firmly established as the face of stability. The 50-cent coin of this year became an everyday item for Australians, yet among those everyday coins, rare variations were created either by mistake or by chance. These variations are the ones that numismatists whisper about today. Now, imagine holding a 1974 50-cent coin that appears to have a copper-like side, its dirty condition hiding secrets beneath the surface. Most people would overlook it as worn or damaged, but in truth, such signs can be the very markers of a coin with unmatched rarity. These shades and tones might have resulted from unique minting errors or reactions over decades, but whatever their cause, they make the coin unlike any other, and therefore highly desired by collectors. What makes coins like the 1974 50 cent so powerful is not just their metal composition or design, but the possibility they hold. They are gateways to unexpected fortune. A piece that once bought a chocolate bar or a bus ride may, in today's market, command millions in value if its rarity is recognized. It is this dramatic contrast between the humble origins of the coin and the grand destiny it holds that captures the imagination of every coin enthusiast. The portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse of the 1974 coin is more than an image. It is a symbol of continuity, a reflection of monarchy, and a link between the everyday person and history itself. To hold that coin is to hold a piece of Elizabethan legacy, one that traveled through countless hands yet emerged as an artifact of unimaginable worth. And when paired with an unusual copper appearance, it becomes a kind miracle. Collectors know that the value of a coin is not just in its shiny perfection, but often in its imperfections. The dirty, worn copper, tone 1974 Australian 50 cent might look unattractive to someone unaware, but to the trained eye, these traits scream uniqueness. The very marks of age become proof of authenticity and mystery. They tell the story of survival, of journeys across decades, of transactions long forgotten. And yet the coin remained, waiting to reveal its true worth. In numismatic history, sudden discoveries have shaken markets. Coins believed to be worthless turned out to be once, in a lifetime treasures, selling for figures in the millions. The 1974 Elizabeth 50 cent coin with unusual tones belongs to this category of miracle finds. It is not merely a collector's piece. It is a financial lightning strike, the kind that transforms ordinary people into millionaires overnight. To imagine its journey is to marvel at fate. Perhaps your coin was once tossed into a jar, exchanged in a shop, or carried across oceans by travelers. Each scratch and stain is not damage, but evidence of the path it walked through history. This living testimony gives a soul, a character that polished coins can never achieve. That's why collectors pay not just for the rarity, but for the living story embedded in the metal. What truly fuels the mystique is the idea that millions of Australians once used this coin daily, yet very few survived in rare forms. And now, decades later, one of those survivors rests in your palm, carrying within the potential to rewrite your destiny. That copper shimmer, that dirty condition. What seems like a flaw is a very crown jewel that transforms it into an artifact of power. The market for such coins is driven by passion as much as by wealth. Collectors compete fiercely to own pieces that nobody else can possess. The rarer the coin, the higher the bidding. That is why a coin like this can easily reach unimaginable prices. For it's not just a piece of metal, but a once in a generation opportunity. It embodies exclusivity, prestige, and fortune, all compressed into a single 50-cent piece. Think of the irony. A coin worth half a dollar in 1974 is today considered a possible key to millions. That transformation is what makes numismatics so enthralling. It is the perfect reminder that fortune can hide in the most unexpected places. A dirty coin at the bottom of a drawer might be the very ticket to becoming a billionaire overnight if the world recognizes its rarity. The 1974 Australian 50-cent Elizabeth coin with copper tones is not just an object to trade. It is a legend waiting to be told. Its power lies in the fact that very few know its worth, but those who do see it as priceless. It proves that history, luck, and destiny sometimes take the shape of a simple coin, silently waiting for someone brave enough to hold on to it and claim the fortune it promises. In conclusion, this coin is more than a collector's dream. It is a life-changing treasure. Never underestimate its value. Never spend it as loose change, and never dismiss its dirty condition as unworthy. For hidden in that copper glow is a future brighter than gold, and within its metal lies the power to change your fortune overnight. This is not just money. It is destiny struck in silver, cloaked in copper, and crowned by history. Next up, there are coins that pass through our hands without notice. And then there are coins that hold secrets powerful enough to change a life forever. The Australian 50-cent coin from 1994, bearing the image of Queen Elizabeth II, is one such extraordinary piece. At first glance, it looks like a simple silver, tone coin of everyday trade. But under closer inspection, when it reveals a copper side, it suddenly transforms into something legendary, an artifact of mystery and unimaginable value. The year 1994 might not sound ancient, yet in the world of coinage, it represents a time when small variations and rare minting outcomes slipped into circulation unnoticed. Millions of Australians use these coins to buy groceries, pay bus fares, or drop into vending machines, never realizing that among the common batch, rare survivors with unique traits were destined to one day be worth millions. And this copper-sided marvel is one of those miracles. Queen Elizabeth II's portrait graced the obverse of the 1994 coin, a symbol of unity and tradition. But it is the unusual composition. When a coin displays a copper glow rather than the expected copper-nickel shine, that awakens collectors' hearts. Such anomalies are not damage, but destiny. Proof that this coin was set apart the moment it was struck. The good condition of the coin further elevates its status, as though time itself protected it for a greater purpose. What makes this coin so captivating is a story of contrast. Something created for half a dollar's value in 1994 now carries the promise of millions. It is the perfect example of how fortune hides in the ordinary, waiting for the right eyes to see it. That copper shimmer is no accident. It is a mark of uniqueness, a whisper from history telling you that this piece is not like the rest. Coins are vessels of history, carrying within the hands and stories of the people who use them. A 1994 Australian 50-cent coin with a copper side may have traveled through countless lives, each exchange unknowingly building its legend. To hold such a coin today is to feel the weight not of 50 cents, but of decades of hidden fortune condensed into a single piece of metal. Collectors prize rarity above all else. A coin in good condition with an unusual side color becomes a crown jewel of any collection. The dirty ones tell survival stories, but the clean, preserved ones carry prestige. Proof that fate has kept them untarnished for the moment when their true value will be revealed. This makes your 1994 50-cent coin an even more powerful contender in the world of numismatics. In auctions, such coins often ignite bidding wars. Prices rise not because of their face value, but because of the hunger for uniqueness. The copper-sided Elizabeth 1994 coin has a kind of rarity that collectors dream about, making it the centerpiece of fierce competition. And when competition is fueled by rarity and desire, numbers quickly reach into the millions. The allure is also emotional. People want to own something no one else has, a slice of history that connects them to a story larger than themselves. The 1994 coin represents that dream, a coin once overlooked as ordinary, now revealed as priceless. It is like discovering a hidden diamond in the sand. Its very existence challenges the way we see money and value. Think for a moment about the irony. Countless people might have held this coin in their pockets in 1994, unaware that they were brushing shoulders with destiny. Yet today, the lucky few who still have one in copper tone in good condition are sitting on treasures capable of rewriting their financial reality overnight. It is history's way of rewarding patience and chance. Your coin's power is not just monetary, it's symbolic. It tells the world that greatness can hide in plain sight, that fortune sometimes arrives not in shining gold, but in the humble form of a 50-cent piece. It represents luck, rarity, and the kind of destiny that only a few ever encounter. That is why you must never let it go cheaply. In good condition, its glow is preserved, its features remain sharp, and its story speaks louder than ever. The copper, sided Elizabeth 1994 coin has the potential to be worth millions, not because of the metal within it, but because of the history, rarity, and mystery surrounding it. Collectors, historians, and dreamers alike all recognize the magnetism of such a piece. If you possess this coin, you are not merely holding currency. You are holding the possibility of becoming a billionaire overnight. That might sound like fantasy, but history of rare coins proves otherwise. From forgotten drawers to global auction houses, fortunes have been made overnight, and yours could be the next chapter in that ongoing saga of sudden wealth. In conclusion, the Australian 50-cent Queen Elizabeth coin from 1994 with a copper side in good condition is no ordinary object. It is a life-changing treasure, a destiny piece disguised as common change. Never underestimate its power, never spend it casually, and never dismiss its glow. For within that 50-cent coin lies a fortune, a story, and a future brighter than gold itself, waiting for the day when its true worth is revealed to the world. Next up, there are coins that are simply money, and then there are coins that are living monuments to courage, sacrifice, and destiny. The 1995 Australian 50-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II on one side and Sir Edward Weary Dunlop on the other is one of those legendary pieces. To most, it is a commemorative coin struck for remembrance, but to collectors and historians, it is a gateway to fortune, especially when it carries unique traits like a copper side in good condition. The year 1995 marked the 50th anniversary of the end of World War II, a time for Australia to remember the sacrifices of its heroes. Among them, Sir Edward Weary Dunlop stood out as a towering figure, known for his compassion and leadership as a surgeon and prisoner of war camps under Japanese captivity. His story became a symbol of human resilience. To honor him, the Royal Australian Mint immortalized his image on the 50-cent piece, a coin that today has become a treasure beyond imagination. Queen Elizabeth II graces the obverse of the coin, linking Australia's modern history with its Commonwealth ties. On the reverse, the portrait of Dunlop emerges, not just as an engraving, but as a statement of gratitude and remembrance. This dual legacy, monarchy on one side, heroism on the other, makes the coin historically powerful. And when combined with anomalies like a copper tone, it transcends history and enters the realm of numismatic legend. A copper glow on a coin designed to shine in cupro. Nickel silver is no ordinary occurrence. Whether born from minting error or rare alloy variations, it makes the coin one of a kind. Collectors know that mistakes and unusual outcomes are often worth far more than flawless designs. In good condition, the coin's features remain sharp, ensuring that both Elizabeth and Dunlop's portraits stand proud, amplifying its allure and multiply its market value. The emotional depth of this coin cannot be overstated. To hold it is to hold both remembrance and rarity. It carries with it the weight of history, the brutality of war, the compassion of a man who saved countless lives, and the enduring respect of a nation. That history alone makes it priceless, but when paired with rarity, it becomes a kind of artifact that auctions are built around. Imagine the path this coin might have taken since 1995, passed from hand to hand, from pocket to pocket, until at last it came into yours. Every transaction it witnessed has added to its story, and yet it has survived in good condition, as though fate knew it was not meant to be lost or spent. Its copper shimmers like a secret message. I am different. I am rare. I am fortune disguised as 50 cents. Collectors crave such pieces because they represent what no amount of modern minting can replicate. Scarcity born of chance and history. A coin that connects a World War II, honors a national hero, and bears an unusual copper side is the ultimate prize. In the world of coin collecting, the rarer and more historically resonant the coin, the higher its value climbs, often to millions of dollars. Stories of people becoming millionaires overnight through rare coins are not fairy tales. They are recorded realities. Coins like the 1995 Weary Dunlop 50 cent prove this again and again. Those who recognize its power and preserve it are the ones who reap unimaginable rewards. Those who spend it as loose change lose a fortune without ever realizing what they held. It is important to understand that this coin is not just metal. It is a relic of gratitude from a nation, a token of history, and an investment of destiny. Its value is emotional, historical, and financial, a combination so potent that even billionaires seek such treasures to showcase in their collections. Owning one in copper tone and good condition is akin to holding lightning in your hand. The irony is striking. A coin worth 50 cents in 1995 can today be worth millions, even billions, under the right circumstances. That journey from spare change to ultimate fortune is what makes numismatics so mesmerizing. It teaches us that hidden wealth can rest in our palms without us even knowing it, waiting for the day we recognize its power. This coin also stands as a symbol of luck. For in your possession lies not only a memory of war and heroism, but also a ticket to a new destiny. The copper tone sets it apart, the condition makes it desirable, and the story makes it invaluable. Together, they weave a tapestry of wealth, history, and human triumph that no other artifact can equal. Think carefully before parting with it. Quick offers will always come, but the wise understand that treasures grow more valuable with time. The 1995 Weary Dunlop 50 cent coin is not one to sell cheaply. It is a legacy piece, one that grows more powerful as years pass and fewer examples survive. To let it go at low price would be to let fortune slip through your fingers. In conclusion, the 1995 Australian 50 cent Weary Dunlop coin, with Queen Elizabeth II on one side, a national hero of World War II on the other, and a rare copper side in good condition, is one of the most extraordinary treasures in numismatic history. It carries within it the power to make you a billionaire overnight, the legacy of a hero who saved lives, and the destiny of wealth unimaginable. Treat it not as a coin, but as a key that can open the doors to fortune, history, and eternal legacy. Next up in the wide and fascinating world of coin collecting, there are coins that people overlook every day, and then there are coins that have the power to change fortunes overnight. The 1982 Australian 50 cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II belongs to that second category. At face value, it's just $50. But in truth, it holds a story so rare and powerful that it could make its owner unimaginably wealthy if fate aligns. The year 1982 was not just another year in the history of Australia's currency. It was a time when the 50 cent piece had already cemented its reputation as one of the most iconic coins in circulation. Struck in cupro nickel, it carried the standard design of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse and the Australian coat of arms on the reverse. Yet, hidden among millions of ordinary coins, there are extraordinary survivors, like those showing a copper side, that today command mythical value. A copper, toned edge or side on a coin designed to appear silvery is no minor curiosity. It signals rarity, a possible minting anomaly, or an alloy irregularity that instantly transforms an everyday piece into a collector's dream. When this happens, the coin is no longer judged only by its face design, but by its uniqueness. And in the world of coins, uniqueness means fortune. What makes the 1982 Elizabeth 50 cent even more captivating is when it survives the decades in good condition. So many coins in that era are worn down by circulation, their details faded and their surfaces scarred. But a coin in sharp, preserved form, with its copper side glowing like a hidden flame, becomes a jewel among relics. Its very condition suggests it was saved for a purpose, as though destiny wanted it to remain intact until the right person discovered its worth. Coins are more than metal. They are storytellers. This coin whispers of its travels through countless pockets, wallets, and exchanges, each transaction building its history. And yet it lived on, waiting to reveal its secret. When you hold a 1982 Australian 50 cent with copper hues, you hold not only a piece of money, but also a fragment of hidden history, carrying untold fortune in silence. Collectors across the world understand this language of rarity. They know that a coin's value is not fixed by government mints, but by the hunger of those who desire it. And the hunger for something rare, especially tied to Queen Elizabeth II's long reign, has no limit. That is why coins like this one are capable of reaching into the millions, because their worth is measured not by metal weight, but by story, scarcity, and demand. Imagine the irony. A coin once exchanged for a bus fare in 1982 could today be the ticket to an empire of wealth. Stories of overnight billionaires in the world of rare coins are not fantasy, but fact. Auctions have proven again and again that unique coins can explode in value, breaking records and rewriting what people thought was possible. Your 1982 50 cent with a copper side is a perfect candidate for such legendary transformation. The copper tone itself becomes a symbol. It separates your coin from the countless others struck that year. It says, "I am not ordinary. I was born to stand apart." Collectors love these signs of destiny because they cannot be manufactured or repeated. They are once in history accidents that turn into treasures capable of outshining gold. Good condition adds another layer of power. Every detail of Queen Elizabeth's portrait, every curve of the Australian coat of arms, preserved across 4 decades, means that your coin is not just rare, it is immaculate. To collectors, condition and rarity together are like fire and air. When they meet, value soars without limit. If you have this coin in your possession, you are not simply holding 50 cents. You are holding the possibility of becoming a billionaire overnight. That is the beauty of numismatics. It takes what the world ignores and reveals its hidden greatness. But to unlock that greatness, you must recognize what you have and refuse to let it slip away cheaply. The 1982 Australian 50 cent coin is also a symbol of history itself. Queen Elizabeth II's portrait ties it to an era that will never return, while its unusual copper shine links it to a story that no one else can replicate. It is both common and extraordinary at the same time, a paradox that gives its unstoppable power in the collector's world. Many coins in circulation are just relics, but this one is destiny. Its very existence challenges the way we see value. To some, it is pocket change. To you, it could be the key to unimaginable wealth. The choice lies in recognizing its story and treating it with the respect it deserves. In conclusion, the 1982 Australian 50 cent Queen Elizabeth coin with a copper side in good condition is not just a coin. It is a treasure chest sealed in metal. It carries the power of history, the allure of rarity, and the promise of fortune. Never spend it, never underestimate it. For this coin has a potential to turn an ordinary life into a legend, rewriting destiny in a single, breathtaking stroke.